90 Day Fiance sometimes spoils itself without meaning to. It's hard to keep people's real lives a secret. But not every couple on this season of The Other Way is as transparent. While some stars are in America, others are almost ghosts outside of their on-screen storylines. Let's take a look at everything that we know about the Season 3 couples and the fates of their relationships. Jenny, Slatten, and Sumit Singh are OGs of this series. Out of 3 seasons of this spin-off, they have appeared on all 3. But given the promos in their first episode of Season 3, it looked like it could be their last. Jenny's visa renewal was denied, according to an email that she received. With Sumit continuing to refuse to marry her despite his past promises, she flipped out. The idea that he would expect her to leave for months and then return as a tourist was absurd and hurtful. Sumit acted as if marriage was not an option, even though it is seemingly the only option. He feels inexplicably beholden to his parents' wishes, and they refuse to give him his blessing to marry. The one piece of good news is that the email turned out to be a glitch, and Jenny's visa extension was approved. This season is going to be filled with shenanigans as Jenny and Sumit scheme to stay together without marrying. They are also going to try to win over the approval of Sumit's controlling, toxic parents. Whether or not that's a worthwhile endeavor as Sumit seems incapable of making decisions on his own. We don't know everything that will unfold for Jenny and Sumit, but we do know some things. First, they are still together as of very recent interviews. Second, that it is claimed that they are married, but they have not confirmed it due to their NDA. Another familiar couple is Ariella Weinberg and Beniam Schreiber. They are one step ahead of Jenny and Sumit in that they became engaged at the very end of Season 2. Just as Jenny received a promise ring, Ariella received an engagement ring with a value of less than $1. This season, we have seen Beniam's childish jealousy on full display. The Leandra drama was very silly and has left some fans divided. But we know that real drama is coming when Ariella has to take baby Avi to New Jersey for delicate hernia surgery. According to what little was shared in the teaser, it looks like there was a lot of contention. Ariella is heard saying something about never returning to Ethiopia. And as of this week, Ariella appears to still be in the United States. Ariella shared that she is receiving help for her TMJ issues from a dentist in Manhattan. While it's possible that she received this help and took photos months ago and only now shared them, that's a bit of a leap. Considering that eyewitnesses recently spotted her in New York, it seems likely to assume that she's still there. But Ariella was spotted with Beniam just a few weeks ago, also in New York, which raises more questions. The two have also recorded interviews side by side, giving out mild spoilers in the same way as Jenny and Sumit. So not only are they clearly still together, some fans suspect that they are filming again for the franchise, perhaps for Season 9 of 90 Day Fiance. Kenneth Niedermeyer and Armando Rubio are one of the franchise's most beloved couples. This season, they are of course still together and still engaged. They have different visions for their wedding, but they're both intent upon having one. It's true that these two have challenges to overcome. They wouldn't be on television if they did not. However, despite some homesickness and different ideas about guest lists, their major obstacles are external. Homophobic red tape preventing them from marrying, seeking acceptance from Armando's family. These struggles weigh on their minds. But there is good news. In May of 2021, Kenneth and Armando announced that they were married. As an established couple on the show, sharing that kind of detail isn't a huge spoiler. But it's heartwarming to hear. Corey Rathgeber and Evelyn Villegas are back, and that's no surprise. Evelyn is one of the most intensely hated stars in the franchise's history, which is quite something, considering some of her competition. She and Corey are shown planning their wedding after a break. Now, the two have been seen together as recently as July of this year, long after they finished filming. These two have had numerous breakups and breaks since we first saw them. But they appear to still be together, whether it's happily ever after or not. That's tricky. However, Corey recently asked his followers to stop being cruel to Evelyn. Nice, right? Apparently not, if her follow-up Instagram story is to be believed. According to Evelyn, Corey was just doing to post as part of a good guy act and doesn't really care about her mental health. Missy Ellie Rose and Victor McLean appear to be, on the surface, a healthy couple. They are age-appropriate. They've both been in relationships before. Ellie is leaving behind her life in Seattle to move to the small island of Providencia with him. Sweet, right? Sweet. But some of Ellie's friends are concerned. She has given him thousands of dollars to fix up his home, and he also very seriously cheated on her. And her friends don't even seem to know about the worst part: Victor's domestic violence record. Ellie and Victor have not been active or present on social media. Signs have shown that Ellie may be back in Seattle and once again running her restaurant. But given that Victor was reportedly seen in the area as well, it's possible that he is in the K-1 visa, possibly even filming for season 9. Steven Johnston and Alina are another new couple, and they are wildly enigmatic. As we said, newer couples seem to have stricter NDAs, because them being together is still a spoiler. These two have some real issues, including differences of culture. Steven is a devout Mormon and has convinced Alina to save herself from marriage. Of course, Steven has had sex before and hasn't told her that, which is just plain messy. They have other issues that could drive them apart, but dishonesty can always be a factor. She's also 20 years old, which is simply way too young to be married. There's no smoking gun. However, given that the two have been actively liking each other's posts as recently as a few weeks ago, they're probably still together.